So today we are going to do a video on the predictions for today's games, and first up is Crystal Palace against Swansea City AFC.
Yep.
And I think it's going to be quite a close one. I think Crystal Palace, Sam Allardyce might have worked on a few defensive skills, and I think that Crystal Palace will be good going forward and maybe a bit better defensively. So I think it will be 2-1 to Crystal Palace. Roger?
Well, I think you're right, because Crystal Palace will have been working on their defences. So I think they won't concede any goals, especially because Swansea actually didn't score any goals in their last match. So I think it will definitely be. I think Crystal Palace might get a goal in the first half, and then when Swansea try to attack them, they'll probably get a counter-attack goal. The Crystal Palace are more of a counter-attack team, so I think it'll be 2-0 to Palace.
AFC Bournemouth against Arsenal. AFC Bournemouth have the home advantage. I'm probably going to go with an Arsenal win. They have created the least chances in the Premier League at the moment, and Giroud has been in very good form, so he could nick another few goals, late goals, like he has in the past, and 2-0 Arsenal.
Right, I think actually that both teams are going to score because they're both attacking teams, and I think that therefore I think Bournemouth will get 1 goal, but I think Arsenal will get 3. And another advantage Arsenal have is that Wiltshire is not allowed to play for Bournemouth because he's on loan from Arsenal. So I think it will be. I think Arsenal will win because Bournemouth try to play like Arsenal, but Arsenal play a better version.
Stoke City against Watford SC. I think Stoke and Watford. Stoke have had quite good home form in the last 6 games, but Watford's they're not been in the best of form, and I think Stoke, the way they played against Chelsea was brilliant, and I just think they're going to win. I think it's going to be an easy win. I think 3-0 Stoke.
Yeah, I agree that it's going to be quite an easy win, and I've gone for 2-0 because I think that maybe both teams will be a little bit tired after all the recent matches. Stoke, sometimes they play really well and sometimes they're very average. So, and Watford have got a lot of injuries at the moment, so I think Stoke will comfortably 2-0. But they probably won't strain themselves too much to get more.
Tottenham against Chelsea. The way Tottenham played in the last 2 games is brilliant. I watched Match of the Day. I watched the 2 games ago, the game against the team they beat 4-1 before the game that was last week, this week, Saturday. And I think Tottenham, they have like top form players like Dele Alli, Harry Kane, right up there in the charts, and I think they're just going to score a goal each maybe and beat Chelsea 2-1.
Well, I think that Chelsea have had an extra day to recover because Chelsea played on Saturday, whereas Tottenham had to play on Sunday. So I think that will help Chelsea. And Chelsea are just so full of confidence that I can't see Antonio Conte's teams. They're so good at defending. They're very typical Italian, very strong defensive Italian sort of mindset. And then they rely on 1 or 2 players at the other end to get a counter-attack goal. And I think they will score. But I think Tottenham are good enough to get the draw. Goes 1-1.
Okay, and Paul Clement has apparently agreed a 2.5 deal to go to Swansea City AFC.
2.5 year deal, is it?
Yeah, 2.5 years. What do you think about that?
Well, I think he's probably going to be quite a good young manager, but I think that he's going to find it very, very tough because he's never managed in the Premier League, has he? I don't think.
No, he's only managed one club, which was at Derby, which he was
Yeah,
sacked after only 7 months.
yeah. He's never managed in the Premier League, and it's a bit like Bob Bradley in a way, because Bob Bradley has
Yeah.
never managed in the Premier League.
But I actually think Bob Bradley's better than Paul Clement, because Bob Bradley has had like experience for the USA team. It said there was the Egypt team online. He also, and he's had more experience than Paul Clement, who has only been manager once. But the positives of Paul Clement is that he's been like assistant of Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, PSG, Chelsea.
Yeah. Well, the Paul Clement is more used to playing the Swansea style than Bob Bradley. Bob Bradley didn't really follow up on Swansea's style of play, which is to pass and then pass
Yeah,
and try to play football. Whereas Bob Bradley wasn't playing in that style. So I think because they've picked Clements, they probably want to go back to the Swansea style.
Yeah, I would have picked Gary Rabbit. He has like he's a good manager, and
Yeah,
he
he's
would
a
keep
good
them up.
manager,
He
but I
could
don't
keep
know
them
what
up.
sort of
If
style
anyone, he would keep them
they-
up.
Sorry?
If anyone else could keep them up, then he could keep them up.
Yeah, I think it might be too late now to keep Swansea up. Um, so they've got to look at somebody who, if they do get relegated, who can build them up and get them back up again, playing the Swansea way. And I think that's why they've gone for Paul Clement.
The Swansea way is possession.
Yeah, try and play football like Real Madrid do with possession. So I think that's why they've gone for him, because he probably shouldn't have been sacked by Derby in the first place.
At Derby he had a 7 league winless run with no draws or no wins. 7 losses in a row and 2 draws before that.
Yeah, but they were still fifth in the league, weren't they?
Yeah.
And I know he got them to first position, and then they started playing a bit badly, but that can happen to any manager, really.
Okay, we're gonna go on to the Giroud scorpion kick a few days ago,
Yeah.
and Roger here thinks it was lucky. I describe it as brilliant.
Yeah, I think it looked really good. It did look really good, and it's quite a spectacular goal. But it's one of those where
It's in my top 5 Arsenal.
you can't really control it all the time. Sometimes it's going to work, and other times it's just going to go over the bar.
But you have to say Arsenal were brilliant on the break, like just playing really well. Like a wonderful back heel into I forgot who crossed it into Giroud, who did a scorpion kick, and it was brilliant. It was exceptional. You should have. I watched the game. Arsenal dominated, but but West Brom.
So they're playing Crystal Palace.
Oh yeah, Crystal Palace. Sorry. Yeah. Well, they've made defensive mistakes. That's why I think Swansea are going to score. Anyway, I think that's it because it's nearly 10 minutes. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video and.
Indeed.
What?
Very good indeed. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll have to do some more another time.
We'll come back for more predictions next week probably when the next games are.
There's some predictions maybe for the FA Cup. But I forgot to mention that BT Sports have got some matches, which they've got Man U against Reading I think that's
Oh, I like Reading.
that's live on BT Sport in the FA Cup
Yeah.
on Saturday lunchtime.
Okay, we're going to do the FA Cup then.
Yeah.
So, yeah, goodbye everyone. That is the video, and there'll be definitely more predictions following up.